Now, my family, ever since Harry and Meghan fled from Britain, things have never ever been the same for the UK tabloid press. I mean, my family, they are desperate. They are desperate for stories about Prince Harry and Meghan. They are desperate. My family, also, ever since Harry and Meghan fled from the UK, basically, you are having UK media imply that, you know what? Right now, we have sources in Los Angeles briefing us about Harry and Meghan. Now we have sources in Hollywood, a Hollywood expert briefing us on Harry and Meghan. My family, even that Hollywood expert they are speaking to, they don't even have a single photo of them standing even next to Harry and Meghan, meaning they are making up stories. Stories about Prince Harry and Meghan. My family, Meghan and Prince Harry are not here for our entertainment. But that's how UK media see them. They see Harry and Meghan as being there for their entertainment, to create stories about them, to profit off of exploiting them. That's how they see Harry and Meghan. And that's why, my family, even when Harry and Meghan were back in their own family, the tabloids, they wanted for Harry and Meghan to perform for them. And clearly, that's what they still want. Even though Harry and Meghan don't even live in the UK anymore. They live in the US. And my family, when Harry and Meghan were at the Parent Summit, in New York, there is something so important that Meghan said that I want you all to be able to hear. My family, here is what Meghan said, my family. And I'm hoping, and I believe really, that even UK media were hearing what Meghan said. My family, hear what Meghan herself said.
My husband and I often say, if there's going to be so much focus on what we're doing, then to try to focus on what we're focusing on, because their stories are what matter. And trying to safeguard so many other families from experiencing this level of pain. So for us, it's just, what is the solution? What can we do behind the scenes? What do we continue to do behind the scenes? How can we work with professionals and experts to really figure out, in knowing this is not going away, how do we make it safer, better, more positive, so that whether someone is losing a child or almost losing a child, those are some of the other stories we've heard, right? That, if a young girl's going on looking for healthy recipes, but an algorithm starts giving her nothing but thinspiration and anorexia, and she's hospitalized as a result of that. There are so many twists and turns that can be avoided. So we're hoping to be part of that solution, all of us together as a community. My husband and I often say, if there's going to be so much focus on what we're doing, then to try to focus on what we're focusing on, because there's...
My family, you've heard what Meghan has said. You've heard what Meghan has said. My family, I want to quote Meghan's words again. My husband and I often say, if there is going to be so much focus on what we are doing, then to try to focus on what we are focusing on, because their stories are what matter. Charities they support are what matter, my family. But yet you're having UK media being like, let's talk about this other thing. And my family, right now, they are creating a story basically saying this. And this is coming from a so-called Hollywood expert. So my family, but anyway, here's what they are basically saying. My family, according to a Hollywood expert, whose name is Mark Boardman, my family, I've tried to find a photo of Mark Boardman next to Harry and Meghan, even to imply that somehow is remotely even close to Harry and Meghan. Even even a photo, my family, I have struggled. Maybe someone else will have better luck than me. But I haven't found anything to imply that this person is even remotely close to Harry Meghan. His name is Mark Boardman. That's what my family is being called. And my family apparently is a so-called Hollywood expert. And my family, the guy is saying that Meghan Markle is reportedly frustrated. The Prince Harry wants to move back to the UK. He wants his old life back. Harry wants his old life back. Now, my family, I laugh because this is obviously a made-up story. My family, and I'll tell you why. First of all, my family, I want to remind you of what even Prince Harry himself said when he was asked by Anderson Cooper, can you ever see yourself returning as a full-time member of the royal family? My family, here is what Harry said when he was asked by Anderson Cooper if he ever wanted to return as a full-time working member of the royal family. Here is what Harry said. My family.
Can you see a day when you would return as a full-time member of the royal family? Prince Harry.
So my family, those words from Harry, I remember so clearly. So very, very clearly. His words I remember and recall very, very clearly. He said no. He said no. He said no. He said no. So why do these so-called Hollywood experts have a different narrative as to what Harry wants, and yet that's not what Harry has said? In fact, even I also recall Harry saying, what I've said in my memoir, what I'm saying here is coming from me. You can see my face. You can see my mouth. You can see me talking, not using sources. My family. And last I checked, Harry and Meghan have not changed their policy. Their zero engagement policy with the UK tabloid press. They have not, changed the policy, my family, of having sources speak on their behalf, on how they feel, on what they're thinking. They have not changed their policy. Last I checked, really. In fact, even some carnival or so-called experts, even at the Invictus Games, were complaining because Harry won't speak to them. Like Katie, Nicole, if I'm not mistaken, my family. They're complaining that Harry would not speak with UK media. So, my family, if they're complaining then, so why are they trying to imply that somehow they're being briefed, that Harry is unhappy, he wants his whole life back in the UK? My family, Prince Harry said this. He said in the Harry and Meghan series, when he was asked if he misses something in the UK, he said, yes, of course I miss the UK. Even Meghan's friend, I think his name is Daniel. My family, Meghan's friend Daniel. My family, he said that Harry does miss the UK. Harry said that himself. He misses the UK. He also misses that, awkward family gatherings. Harry did say that. My family. But my family, he also said that my family, America is a great place to live. And my family, this is his life now. This is his life now. And also, as you've heard, he also said he can never ever see himself returning to becoming a full-time working member in the royal family. A full-time member of the royal family. But my family also, before even mention more on what this so-called lies from Mark Boardman, my family, I want to read you something that Mark Boardman had said himself about Harry and Meghan. My family. for you to understand that these individuals, what they are looking for, what they want is to be entertained. They want raw drama. I even recall Perez Hilton saying that, you know what, Harry and Meghan, Prince Harry should go back to the UK because he wants stories. He wants stories. He wants sources briefing him, and then Harry and Meghan not being able to respond to any stories. That's what he wants. He wants to be entertained by Harry and Meghan. And it's the same thing with this guy, Mark Boardman. They all just want to be entertained. They want sources briefing against Harry and Meghan. Because if you have read Harry's memoir Spare, you have seen with your own two eyes, my family, that clearly he wasn't happy watching Meghan being abused. He also, my family, speaks about, his frustrations with Camilla, Charles, William. Does Harry want that to return? To go back to that kind of life? I don't think so. Even just hear what Mark Boardman also said, my family. Based on what he has said in the past, my family. Kindly hear this. That Prince Harry's biggest fear, that he must become royal again to re-establish his career, suggests an entertainment expert called Mark Boardman. My family, I'm reading you this stuff because I want you to understand what they want. They want drama. They want stories. They want, Prince Harry and Meghan to be there for their entertainment, to profit off of exploiting Harry and Meghan. At the same time, they don't want Harry and Meghan to make money. That's why any new project announced by Harry and Meghan, the first question is all the money going to go to charity? The first question they ask whenever Harry and Meghan announce any new project. I even recall when The Bench was published by Meghan, I remember hearing one carnival of so-called expert called, I think it is Lorraine. My family was asking, is all the money going to go to charity? The first question she asked about the proceeds from Meghan's love poem, children's book, The Bench. My family, that was clearly really a love poem to Prince Harry, the bond between Prince Harry and Archie. The first question Lorraine asked was, is all the money from that book going to charity? The first question. So my family, it gives you the gist really. They want to profit off of exploiting Harry and Meghan, but they don't want Harry and Meghan to earn any penny for themselves. My family, they don't want that even one bit. They don't want that one bit. And my family, Harry will always be a royal, my family. Always. If they don't want him to be a royal, then here is what they must do. Abolish the monarchy. So all this, you can't be royal unless you're back in the royal family, in the UK, basically having tablets around you that have abused you and having interviews with Daily Mail and Express and The Mirror. My family, that is nonsense. That is nonsense because I'm assuming that is how royal experts, how they view the royal family. That you can only be royal if you're back in the UK, inside the gilded cage, putting up with the abuse from the UK media, and smiling for the camera and performing for the UK tabloid press. That's how you can be royal. My family. And that ain't the case. That is not the case, my family. Harry will always be royal, whether UK media likes it or not. Whether they like it or not. And Meghan will always be Prince Harry's wife, whether they like it or not. And it's high time that they understand this. That Harry and Meghan are not there for their personal entertainment. Like how, really they want to see Prince Harry, my family. And also, this so-called Hollywood expert, he said that, we are close to witnessing the beginning of the end for Prince Harry and Meghan. Once again, someone else my family, Mark Boardman, so-called Hollywood expert, once again towing the tabloid line, really, of doing everything in their power to see Harry and Meghan separate, hoping that Harry will go back to his old life, back into the royal family. That's what they're hoping will happen. That's what they're so desperate to make happen, using any means whatsoever necessary. My family, it just ain't gonna work. It just is not going to work. And my family, apparently, here is what is being said by my family. That according to Mark Boardman, Prince Harry wants his old life back, which leaves Meghan extremely frustrated, as she seems to be more than happy with their new life in California. My family. Basically, they are so desperate to have Harry back. They are so desperate to have Harry back. They are so desperate. And they know, after what they did to Meghan, after what the pain they caused Meghan Markle, there is no way Meghan ever returns after all the pain they've done to her. But they're hoping Prince Harry will. That's what they keep hoping for. People who aren't even close to Prince Harry, my family, people who are not even close to Prince Harry, are hoping that he comes back, because my family, they want to be entertained. They want drama, storylines. My family. And they don't care about Meghan or Archie or Lili Meghan. They just don't care. Well, my family, they don't care, yes, about Harry's biracial family, but Harry cares about his family, about Meghan, about Archie, about Lili. And my family, if they have not been able to understand that all these years, then my family, I don't know what will help them understand. Because clearly, they refuse to accept Harry's rejection of them. They refuse. My family, apparently, according to Mark Boardman, he says that Prince Harry misses some of his old life. With my family, Harry told us there are some things he misses. He said he lost some friends, really, because of what happened. Because of him even fleeing the UK, my family. My family, true friends, you can never ever lose. But people who abuse and mistreat your wife, they are not your friends. They aren't. My family, you know? So my family, this is someone trying to use Harry's words and then twisting them to create another story. My family, because Prince Harry did say that Meghan left all she knew to join her in Harry's world. And my family, we saw how cruelly Harry's world, basically, you know, the farm treated Meghan Markle. And Harry said, you know what? I'm leaving. He saw what was happening and he said, I'm leaving. And my family, I have to remind you, Harry's very own words, my family, of what he said, my family, a while back. You know? My family, he said he had to see for himself what was happening for him to make a decision on his life, on, you know, for his wife, for his kids, to protect them. He saw what was happening and he did what any man, what a husband should do. Keep the mother of his kids safe, keep his wife safe. My family, Harry said this, my family. Can you look at this, please? What Harry said.
My wife saved me. Yeah. People have said my wife saved me. Yeah. You know, I was stuck in this world. Yeah. And she was from a different world and helped sort of draw me out of that. But none of the elements of my life now would have been possible without me seeing it for myself. Yeah. As we know, it's one of the... Yeah.
My family, as Harry has said, none of the elements of my life would have been possible without me seeing it for myself. None of the elements of my life would have been possible without me seeing it for myself. Meaning, if he hadn't seen Meghan being racially abused, he never would have left. If he hadn't seen Archie being racially abused, he would not have left. But my family, he saw all that. And the tabloids were the ones who are basically racially abusing Meghan and also Harry's son Archie. As Harry said in the first episode of the Harry and Meghan documentary, he said, and I quote, "Hate was being stirred up against my wife and my son." He did not just say only Meghan. He said my wife and my son. He did not just say only Meghan. He said my wife and my son. That's what Harry said, because that is what was happening. And my family, when Harry saw that what was happening, he made a decision to protect his family, to protect Meghan, Archie. And that's what he continues to do to this day. That's what Harry continues to do to this day. So my family, all these lies being created by Mark Boardman, trying to play that Harry wants that old life back. Having to be around his abusers, having to be trapped. My family, even from the clip you just saw, Harry says he was trapped in that life. My family, the abusers are like, Harry misses being trapped. Harry wants to go back to that life, to that inside that gilded cage, because that is the entire goal of trying to get Harry back to being trapped, of Harry back inside that prison, far away from those who love him, far away from those who truly love him. Meghan, Archie, Lilibet, and my family, I don't believe for a second that Harry wants to go back to being trapped. Even for a second. I don't believe that even one bit, my family. And my family, apparently, Mark Boardman also is an expert. He's an expert of Harry's true friends, of knowing who are Harry's true friends. It's like London is where all of Harry's real friends are. Everyone they know in Hollywood, they aren't his friends. My family, they are so desperate to have Harry back inside the gilded cage, my family. I recall what one Carnival also collector said that called Sarah Vine. They were like, his old friends are like, Harry's old friends, are complaining because Harry won't, speak with them. And my family, I said, these are the old friends who are briefing about Harry to correspondents who write articles or columns for Daily Mail. Those are not his friends. Those are not his friends. Those who brief about Harry to the media are not Harry's friends. Those who brief against Meghan to the press are not Meghan or Harry's friends. They aren't. They aren't. But as always, UK media and this so-called Hollywood expert Hollywood expert. My family, apparently these days, all you need to do is just call yourself an expert at something, and then, whatever you say will be picked up by New York Post and any other media outlet, really. UK media and also the Murdoch-owned press, even in the US, will pick it up. Just call yourself an expert, a Hollywood expert, or just any expert in my family. For me, maybe I should be called Brian, role expert, Hollywood expert, an expert on Harry, Meghan, and UK royal family. First of my name, Brian. That way, whatever I say will end up with in any other media outlet, my family. And my family, basically, let everyone listen, really, that these people want Harry back to being trapped. My family are looking after their own selfish interests. They want to profit off of exploiting Prince Harry. Harry and Meghan are the money makers, my family. They are the ones, whenever you read an article about Harry and Meghan, it gets clicks. My family, it gets clicks. And that's a fact. It is a fact. Whenever you read any article about Harry and Meghan, it gets clicks. so many clicks, my family. It gets engagement. The other royals don't have that much power or star power as Harry and Meghan. They just don't really. And that's why even yesterday, I spoke of Sky News. Sky News had a live event, covered Harry and Meghan's, actual Foundation Parent Summit. They covered it live. They covered Harry and Meghan's actual foundation live, my family. Sky News in the UK covered Harry and Meghan's actual Foundation Parent Summit live. And ignored William and Kate Middleton, their so-called youth summit. They ignored that to cover Harry and Meghan's event live. Harry and Meghan are the real money makers, and that is a fact. Otherwise, the media would not do what they did. Like, go live during Harry and Meghan's parent summit and ignore Kate Middleton's so-called, youth summit with William. The media would never ever do that, my family, unless they knew exactly where they'll get ratings, my family, and that they would get ratings by covering Harry and Meghan's event. And that's what they did, my family. That's what Sky News did, because they can't accept Harry and Meghan's rejection of them. They're so desperate to be around Harry and Meghan, to be anywhere where Harry and Meghan are. They're so desperate. So desperate, my family. And my family, once again, Harry and Meghan are not here for our entertainment. They are people who live their lives. And it's high time this so-called, Hollywood expert leave Harry and Meghan alone, my family. Harry and Meghan are not here for, our personal entertainment, my family. Harry and Meghan are parents to two amazing kids, Archie, Lilibet. They suffer the pain of losing a child because of the media. Would Harry ever run to the arms of Daily Mail correspondents? Because guess what? Going back to the royal family, it means you have to work with UK tabloids. The same tabloids who have abused Meghan, Archie, Prince Harry himself. And I don't see Harry ever doing that. Ever. My family, even Daily Mail itself, wasn't allowed inside where Harry and Meghan were having the event. And in just a matter of time, really, you'll hear them whinging, mourning, and complaining. Oh, they refused us permission to enter the event. That's how Daily Mail really is. They can't accept rejection. And my family, basically, Mark Boardman said this, that apparently Meghan thinks that Prince Harry is supposed to be there for her and their two kids. A huge crime, my family. Whenever I see this stuff, it reminds me of that story that came out, created by the media, saying that, created by the Murdoch-owned press. They were saying that Prince Harry stays at a hotel to get away from Meghan, Archie, and Lili Meghan, to get away from his wife and kids. The same wife and kids Harry fled Britain to protect. And my family, I remember it was from, I think, page 6, really, owned by Rupert Murdoch. They were the ones, or is it the Sun tabloid? I think it was the Sun tabloid, my family. I think it was the Sun tabloid, one of those. The Sun tabloid or page 6. But Murdoch-owned press, really. They came up with a story saying that, Harry basically, has a hotel whereby he goes there to get away from Meghan, Archie, and also Lili Meghan. And he stays there permanently. My family, to get away from Meghan, Archie, Lili Meghan. The same family, his bi-racial family that Harry fled Britain to keep safe, to protect. He's the same family that the Murdoch-owned press are saying that Harry, has a hotel whereby he goes to get away from his family, from Meghan, from Archie, from Lili Meghan. When you see that, it just reminds you of what really they want so badly. for Harry to do one of the worst things ever. Abandon Meghan, Archie, Lili Meghan. And my family, that is how I have always said, that's how they want to destroy the Spare. That's how the Spare is destroyed. And the farm and UK media are working so hard to ensuring that that becomes a so-called reality. The stories turn into a reality. To find a way to split Harry from Meghan, Archie, Lili Meghan will be destroying Prince Harry himself. Will be destroying the Spare himself. And that is what they want so badly. My family, you know, my family, they will not succeed. They will not succeed even one bit, my family. And also, Mark Boardman also is insinuating the same thing, really. That Prince Harry, really, somehow, you know, is thinking about leaving Meghan, Archie, Lili Meghan. Because that's what they want so badly, because that destroys the Spare. That destroys the Spare completely. And that's what the farm and UK media want. And my family have always said this, that for the first time in history, the Spare will not be destroyed. The Spare will not and shall not be destroyed. For the first time in history, the Spare will not be destroyed. Like how the UK media wants so badly, my family. You know? And my family, apparently, Mark Boardman says that Meghan loves Harry, but she wants to bring out the better side in him. Harry already has done so much good, keeping his family safe. My family, already he has done so much good, you know? And already he's a better man because of what he has done. People respect him for what he has done to keep the mother of his kids safe. To keep his kids safe. People respect him. Take that away from him. You take away all the respect people have towards Prince Harry. And my family, basically, I'm trying to get you to understand the angle of what they're trying to do. To destroy the Spare. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand, really. Take away the respect people have towards Harry for what he's done for Meghan, Archie, Lili Meghan, for keeping his family safe, for protecting his family. Meghan, Archie, Lili Meghan. You take away that from him. You take away all the respect people have towards Prince Harry. You ruin the Spare completely. You know, he can never ever get back from that. He can never ever get back really from that. You ruin the Spare completely. And that's what Carnival or so-called experts are working so hard trying to achieve. My family. But time and time again, my family, Harry and Meghan showed them that they are united in protecting their kids from the racist UK media. My family, Harry and Meghan, had a parent summit to try and find a way to protect even their kids and other kids from online trolling. Those are parents who love their kids. So my family, all these attempts are trying to split Harry from his family, from his biracial family, because we want him in the UK, inside the gilded cage, trapped. All those attempts are doomed to fail. And my family, it's high time that the Carnival or so-called experts understand that. Harry already has chosen. And his words are, when he's asked, do you ever see yourself returning as a full-time member of the royal family? He said no. Harry said Meghan saved him. But my family, he had to see what was happening for himself before he decided to take Meghan and Archie away from the UK. He had to see it for himself. The racism, the bullying that is well documented in Harry's memoir Spare. But my family, somehow, Mark Boardman and UK media want us to ignore everything Harry has said to follow what they are saying. Oh, this is what Harry wants. Harry says this, and then my family, UK media, say, no. That's not what Harry you want. You want to come back to us. You want to come back to the UK. Harry says, do you ever see yourself returning to the UK, as a full-time member of the family? He says no. He says no. But UK media, Mark Boardman, Hollywood expert, says, no, he wants to come back. My family, it's high time that they understand and respect Harry's words on what he has said. My family, First of all, Harry is not abandoning Meghan or Archie or Lili like how they want. And secondly, Harry is not coming back as a full-time member of the royal family to go over there and basically follow William around. To go over there and be the royal family scapegoat once again. Harry is not coming back to that, my family. To go over there and wine and dine with royal experts who abuse Meghan Markle. You know, can you imagine Harry being told, do an interview with Piers Morgan, who bullied Meghan throughout her pregnancy on behalf of Kensington Palace, William and Kensington's, office and family. That's why Piers Morgan went and took a selfie outside Kensington Palace, saying, I'm Team Palace. Because he knew where the anti-Harry Meghan stories were coming from. He knew it. He knew who was briefing against Harry Meghan. He knew it. It's William, Moulton. So my family, and going back to the royal family, it means you have no choice. If you're told, do an interview with Piers Morgan, you do it. You have no choice in the matter. So do you see Prince Harry ever doing that ever in his life? My family, I don't, my family. I don't see Harry ever doing that ever again, my family. They want Harry to go back to the guy who was drinking. I even recall someone said that, I miss the old Harry, the one who, was drunk. My family, basically, those are people who my family say they mean Harry well. My family, they hate that Harry is a responsible man, a father, a husband. They can't stand. But my family, he has taken his responsibilities very, very seriously as a husband and as a father, my family. They can't stand that even one bit. But my family, Harry, keep doing what you're doing. Keep protecting your family, because that's what a man, a husband should do. What a father does. And never ever allow the family you come from destroy the family that comes from you. It's important, I always say that, my family, because that's what they want. Destroy the family that comes from Prince Harry. To ensure that Archie Lili, grow up in a divided home. My family, the UK media will never ever succeed. They won't. In the evil plus my family. Now, you tell me your thoughts about what we have just discussed kindly. I'd like to kindly please hear your opinion, my family. I'd like to kindly please hear your opinion, my family, on what we have discussed kindly. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. God bless Harry, Meghan, Archie Lili, and Doria Raglan. And all of you, members of the squad at home, he never wins, love wins, and stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever, and may God bless you all, my family. He never wins, love wins, and stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever. And Harry will never ever abandon Meghan or Archie or Lili, like how UK media, royal experts want, so that they can be entertained by Prince Harry. My family, Harry will never ever do that. Stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever. And what God has put together, let no man or woman ever separate. Love you always and forever, my family. Love you always and forever. Hello, members of Zesco Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Zesco Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like, and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.